Hello everyone, this is Azraelis. We are back again, and today we're going to be talking about Enshrouded. Okay, this is an excellent game. Absolutely excellent. I don't make a habit of really recommending early access games, but this one is definitely worth it. $29.99 for an absolute metric ton of content, and there's even more on the way. So the first thing I want to touch base on here is, of course, the battle capabilities. You've got your very straightforward, kind of rather simple melee combat. You've got ranged combat, uh, self-explanatory. We've all seen that before. It's works very well. There's lots of neat things that you can unlock with it. There's also dodge roll mechanics, as you can see right next to my character. There's stamina. There's a stamina bar. There's also things you wouldn't expect. Things like gliders, like from what was that called? Breath of the Wild. You know, that kind of thing. So you can glide around. But then, of course, there is the entire mechanic of building, and this is my almost nearly finished. Finished for as much as I want it to be right now. Build. I used to have over here where all these trees are, used to be my main base, where I kind of had a much smaller version of this built out of crude stone and plant fiber, essentially. But this is the big deal. This is what I wanted to make once I was done with the entire game. So I am done. I've done all of the quests in the journal. There's no more left for me to do. There are some other little things that I could do here and there. Just, tertiary things. But for the most part, I have completed this game. Okay, and for what's available right now, I want to make sure that you understand. Sorry for the frames; they have a weird tendency to go into the tubes when I open up the map. Now, this was about 70 hours worth of gameplay, what they have here. But one of the things you're going to notice is here's all this cool stuff, right? That I did. This is huge map, huge, huge, huge map. It would take you a very long time to go from where I am right here, walking, to get all the way over here. Okay, it would take a very, very long time for you to do that. Navigating through different passages, all of that kind of stuff, to get over to there. So there is fast travel and stuff like that in the game that allows you to fast travel to different nodes. Now, not just any node, very specific nodes, these golden nodes like this. You get to be able to place 8 of them at the end of the game. And there's also ones that are here in the game itself, which are spires, like this ancient spire, low meadows, fast travel. So don't think that it's going to be a massive slog. I had tons of fun through this entire game. The reason I'm showing you this is because I've already run into places that have told me this section is not available in early access. So it's going to be available in the future, essentially. And I want you to take a look at just how big this map is. I want you to remember, all of this stuff you're seeing here took me about 70 hours to finish. And I play like a madman. So I play really, really hard when I like the gameplay experience, okay? There's also all of this. And there's also, like, I'd say, like 4 times as much map space up here that's not available to the player yet. Pretty amazing. I was very impressed when I really realized the scale of what I was able to achieve here. I was like, whoa, dude. And then there's this much more that's going on, because you can see the edges of the map. It's absolutely massive. The game is going to be ridiculously big, and it is exceptionally big for $30 right now as it is. Okay? So if you think I'm trying to sell this to you, nobody's paid me to do that. Okay? I haven't accepted any money from the people who made this game. Keen, I believe they're called. I haven't done anything of that sort. It's got all the bells and whistles of survival crafting that you want, okay? So it's got foods, just like Valheim. Like, here's this big game. I eat the big game. I get a max health increase. I drink the chamomile tea. I get a stamina increase. I eat the grilled yucca fruit. I get a stamina replenishment. So just like in Valheim, the building mechanic is a little bit less intense than Valheim's equivalent to this. So there isn't as much of a emphasis put on, your structural integrity and all that kind of stuff. It just kind of lets you play. And that really draws me in to what I want to point out to those of you who might be on the fence about this game. And that is, this game does one thing perfectly. Okay? Perfectly. And that is the combination of simplicity and complexity. Okay? You want complex things as a player. Okay? You want complex things that are going to engage your mind and make you think and do all of these kinds of things to keep you, invigorated in playing the game. But at the same time, if all you have is just stuff like that, it's going to start to bog down on your brain. You're going to be like, come on, I just want to finish this, come on. I need to do this. I just want it to be done. That's what's going to happen. Well, here's the deal. All of these different complex methods. Let's look at the skill tree for one. Okay, we're looking at the skill tree. It's big, it's complex. There's lots of different directions you could go. You could do everything from being a healer or a mage or a wizard, or like an assassin type character, trickster, all of these different things. You could be a ranger, a beastmaster. You could go into all of these different things any way you want. And a lot of people would look at this and go, whoa, that's a little much for my brain. Okay, I don't want to deal with that. Here's the deal. You just do whatever you want to, like anybody should, when they're playing a game. Do whatever you want to. Don't think about min-maxing it straight out the get-go. Do whatever you want to. You want to be a warrior? Boom, you go through the warrior tree. You get more points later, and then you start picking other things that you might want because you already know what you like as a warrior. You see? But that's not what I'm saying. This is a complex, nice big complex web of stuff that you can do in the game. I really like this. I love web designs like this. I love bubble trees, like all the way back into Final Fantasy VIII. I love this kind of a thing. I love to be able to twist and turn and mold my character into exactly what I want them to be. That's a really big selling point for me. I love it. Okay? But at the same time, to balance that out, let's say I've got this really cool weapon that I like. I got this extinguished sword. This one's I like even more. It's this crazy mace. It's got some stats and stuff like that. You'll see that I have all these things down here unlocked. Did I have to go and find some rare ore and gemstones and the specific kind of wood and all this kind of stuff to enhance this weapon from the original point? No. Every single one of the weapons that I pick up, I can go and I can just salvage them. So here I got a box. I could just take one of these, right click on it, salvage, and it'll give me 197 runes. Okay? So, where are my runes? I just reorganized all this because I rebuilt this place. Okay. I got 1,740 runes. It's literally that simple. When you go in and you grab something, I don't know if anything in here is going to be unenhanced. Let me see. Yeah, this isn't enhanced. So I go over to this guy. And I'm like, hey, dude, I want to enhance my weapon. Oh, gleaming staff. Oh, I'm too far away from the box. I forgot about that. But it would cost me 123 runes. Boom. You click it. Bam. You now have it enhanced. This is what I'm talking about. With the combination of complexity here, simplicity there. Absolute winner. Okay? You want things in there to be complex, where you have to go ahead and you have to think about a lot of different things. But then you also want other things in your game that are just going to be no-brainers. Because that means that it's not just a constant slog forever. Okay? And it weighs you down with all the thought processes. So here we got this big, huge, complex thing that sets us up for all these different skills and things like that. And then there, I need to upgrade my weapon that I really like. Boom, there you're done. Do I have enough runes? Yes, I have enough runes. I have 1,740 of them in this box. Boom, there we go. We're ready to go. Easy. Absolutely easy. Same thing goes for the building. I really like this build that I made. I'm not a huge fan of these doors because they don't match the stone. I might end up changing them later. But you look at this setup. I built this specifically because I know that there are one, two, three, four, five different, yeah, five different crafters, craftsmen that I can unlock so far in the game. So I wanted a place that had one, two, three, four, five different areas. You see? So I've got my farmer lady over here. I've got some nice little copper fences. I've got this kind of indoor, outdoor kind of thing. And this lady's in here. And she controls all of the farming and cooking and all of that kind of stuff. Beekeeping and all sorts of... Oh, I just realized I could sit down for the first time. Jeez, I never noticed. All of this kind of stuff. So I have her out here in her own little place with all of her little stuff. Like she'll end up wanting you to build an oven and go get these, these pamphlets and stuff that tell us about all different types of, an almanac about all the different kinds of vegetables and whatnot. And that is in the wrong direction. Hold on, let me fix that. That's supposed to be that way. There we go. And using a millstone to grind flour and make bread and things like that in the oven. And then I've got seed beds over here that deal with all of the making of seeds to go ahead and plant in my orchard, my farming area. You're going to have to go and do, like I needed sandy areas because I need to plant aloe. That was the last thing I was working on just before I started making this video, was getting aloe over here and getting seedlings going for my aloe plants. But the aloe plants need specific things. See, here's another one of those very complex little things that you get to play with. It's absolutely fantastic. Then you go in and you get comfort. Okay, look in the upper left where it says rested and it says comfort level 27. That's because this is my room. This is where I have a whole bunch of storage for all my cool stuff. I plan to actually fill these with books eventually, but like I said, I just finished this place. Finished, that's with air quotes. But I made this place with a really, expensive, super awesome fireplace, and it's got all my wall hangings and really fancy lights and everything, and a big old master bed, and stuff like that, and end tables and carpets and furs and all this kind of jazz, because it raises the comfort level just like in a game like Valheim. And it makes you rested last longer. You see? There my rested is going down in the upper left. I go back over here, and it rockets back up to 37. See? The rested buff is very good. I put a well in my house so I can get water, because you need water for all sorts of things. It's much more important in the early game, but also I got this blacksmith. The coolest part, like one of those simple things that I was talking about, is this is a summoning staff, okay? Once you unlock these people, you can go ahead and you can choose them with the summoning staff, and you can put them wherever you want. Okay? So that's what I did. I took the summoning staff, which costs nothing to craft. It's like, I think it's like a couple twigs or something like that. And you can put people wherever you want. I don't want to put her here. But, oh man, I messed up, didn't I? Oh no, I didn't. Okay. It's fine. What it allows you to do is position these people however you want. Now, this guy's obviously going to do all of the crafting stuff, blacksmithing, making of nails, crafting metal sheets, all that kind of stuff. You're doing it, though. Just like I've said in the past, where I said I don't like mine colonies in modded Minecraft, you're the one who's doing this stuff. These people just have some things that they can do for you that you can't. Like crafting certain things, okay? Same deal with this guy. He's a carpenter, but he controls all of the carpentry, obviously. Also, he does things like making bricks and stuff like that, clay work. And you gotta get, every time you unlock one of these people, they'll give you quests to go ahead and go get certain things that they need to do what they need to do. The lady outside sent me to go get a bee smoker. Sent me to go get the almanac about all of the plants, and she wanted me to build an oven and all this kind of stuff. And like building the oven that was out here, this thing right here, required me to get things for other people so I could be able to do that. To be able to craft, clay bricks and all of that kind of stuff. Same thing goes for the people who are upstairs. So let's go take a look at the other two. So that's 1, 2, 3 over there next to my farm. And the last two are up here. This lady is the hunter lady. She deals with, hides, animal hides. You dry your hides here. Then you put them into a tanning station to turn them into leather. You bring your flax up here, and then you can turn the flax into linen, and you can make cloth via this loom. Really, really cool stuff because it's just semi-grounded in reality. That's really what you would do. You would grow a bunch of flax and you would make linen out of it, and what you want to do with an animal hide is you want to salt and dry the animal hide. Then you want to take those dried animal hides and you want to put them through a tanning station to be able to to be able to turn them into real leather. You see? She also controls things like arrows, making of arrows and stuff like that. As you can see up here, I use iron arrows now, and she has that ability. Once you get up there, I had to gather things like feathers and twigs and whatnot. She helps you make arrows and all that kind of jazz. And it's just really kind of cool. Everything is really kind of cool. Just like, what was it, yesterday? I realized that there was a better loom. I had no idea that not a better loom, a better way of making linen, a more efficient way. All I knew of was this, which is a hand loom or a hand spinner to spin linen into thread, to spin flax into thread to be turned into linen. But I just found out that this was unlocked at one of my other characters, and I made it, and it's more efficient, and I love it. I love the fact that there's just these little tiny things. And then finally, we get over to this guy, who's like the alchemist mage kind of person. Like right now, I'm working on building nitrates. I need nitrates to go into sandy soil to grow my aloe, which the aloe can then be taken over to her and be turned, or can be, never mind. The aloe can then be used in here to make antiseptic, which I can then in turn use to make cleaned bandages. You see? Which the cleaned bandages are made by her. Really cool. And the coolest part about this is I've been having a whale of a time just being a dude running around with a sword and board. Okay? It's the way I've played this entire game from the start. I played with a two-hander, didn't much care for it. And then I was like, well, usually what I would do is I would be a wizard. That's just me written all over it. Go be a wizard, glass cannon, do a ton of damage and be all evasive. But I was like, you know what? No. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this, get myself out of my comfort zone. And I have absolutely adored sword and board in this game. It feels really good. For as simple as the combat mechanics are in this game, it just feels really good, dude. Playing in sword and board, you can do things like parry and all this kind of stuff, evasive attacks, and you can do jumping attacks, all of this kind of stuff. But you don't get it all at the start. You don't. You get it later once you've unlocked more and more stuff in here. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. If you have been sitting here thinking about this game and you're like, I don't know, man, I don't know if I want to play this. If you like games like this, survival crafting games, absolutely. It has fully fleshed out multiplayer capabilities. It has all of that kind of stuff. So if you have friends you want to play with, you can play with them. I played all of this solo, as I usually do, because I'll just get absorbed into these games and I'll just play them. I'll play every single thing I could possibly get to. So, final thoughts. This is fantastic. I can't wait for new stuff to come out for this. I'm a little on the fence about whether or not I'll be in there for it if it's like paid for expansions. But, I mean, it's great. I've had a whale of a time. One of the things I want to make sure that you understand is like right up here, okay, was the first time I ran into something that I just flat out couldn't beat. Okay? I ran into this big crazy monster dude, and I was kind of thinking, I was getting a little bored, to be perfectly honest. I was like, I just run up and just smack things and block their attacks, and that's it. No, this dude kicked my butt. the dude who was up here. He kicked my butt. He kicked my butt about 6 times, and I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. I can't do this. I need to go ahead and go figure out something to get stronger. So I had to go on a training arc. Figure out what exactly I needed to do. Get the kind of upgrades I could. Find out different things about the game, and that is such a nice thing, dude. It really is. In games like Minecraft and stuff, you kind of get to this point where it's just like if you're going to be able to handle stuff or not. But this one threw me a curveball, and I really appreciate that. I like having my easy time run around, knock down trees, gather wood, all this kind of stuff, do all my planting stuff. But I also want to go out there and have a challenge every once in a while, and that feels really good. So, long story short, summary at the end of the video. It's great. I had a wonderful time. Totally pleased with my $29.99 that I spent on this game. I had well worth $29.99 of fun in this, and I can't wait for new content to come out. I'm so hyped. And I love the construction mechanic. It's less involved than, like I said, it's less involved than something like Valheim, where you have to worry about, structural integrity and all that kind of stuff. It kind of just lets you go and just make cool stuff. And I'm really pleased with the way my building looks. And yep, I'm just going to be kind of doing stuff, gathering things, logging in here every once in a while, and just kind of chilling out, waiting for new content. Because I've done it all. I've done it all. So, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Share me with your friends. Because the growth on the channel has been pretty slow, but don't use my Amazon links anymore. They don't work. And if you really want to help out the channel, there's of course the donation links. Other than that, peace out, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. I have had so much fun playing this game. I almost want to just start a new character and go be a wizard, which I might do. Peace. I'll see you all in the next one.